I?
No.
Daddy, can't I?
No.
Daddy, may I?
No, my darling daughter.
Daddy, can I go to the coffee bar where the boys and the beards and the beatniks are? I promise to be good if you say I could.
No, my darling daughter. For in those coffee places, the majority of faces are in dire need of soap and water. So Daddy, who knows best, says to your request, no, my darling daughter.
If a man on a drive in the country says there's no petrol left in the can, and he wants to park and talk,
You get out of there and walk. It's not the motor car that's stalling, it's the man, the rat.
well, Daddy, can I go to a jazz club then if I'm home at the stroke of 10:30? If they turn the lights too low, I promise to go slow.
No, my darling.
But Daddy.
No, my darling.
But Daddy.
No, my darling daughter.
But Daddy, will I ever be a wife if it's no, 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 no all my life? Supposing one fine night I find Mr. Right.
Oh, my darling.
Well, Daddy.
Oh, my darling.
Well, Daddy.
You'll know, my darling. Oh, yes, my darling. You'll know, my darling daughter.
Oh.
Morning, Charlotte.
Morning, Tom. Yes?
Oh, Miss Yardley.
Yes?
It's Sir Matthew Carr calling from Paris, Miss Yardley.
Very well, Miss Oswald. I'll take it here.
Bonjour, Mademoiselle Yardley.
Good morning, Sir Matthew.
No, it is just that this is Paris, and it happens to be spring. The sky is not yet blue, and the chestnuts are not yet out in the bois again. But, Yardley, have you noticed? The bank rate has dropped by 0.5%. Tokyo. Tokyo was splendid. Yes, I clinched the deal. We have to fork out rather less than I expected. Well, under $1 million, anyway. Tell me, anything important in the mail? Really important, I mean. Don't forget I'll be back in London in 2 hours.
Yes, Sir Matthew.
Well, now, anything in from New York? From the Allinghams? Oh, I'd rather hope that that deal might be signed and sealed by this time. You better send them a reminder, Yardley. Well, anyway, I'll be on the 11 o'clock plane, so have Hobson meet me with the car. Oh, tell me, General Barclay's not in yet, I imagine. How's he bearing up to the strain of having my darling daughter parked on him for the holidays, eh?
I think they've enjoyed having Miss Tansey, both the General and Mr. Thomas.
Well, I want to see her before she goes. Tell her that I'm coming back specially. Yes, by all means, let her come to the office. I'll leave you to arrange all that, Yardley. And Yardley, don't forget to wire New York. The Allinghams. Goodbye.
What's the matter now?
Oh, Thomas, my hat. What have I done with my hat?
With any luck, you'll have lost it.
If I have, I might as well drop dead. Matron will kill me. Did I leave it in the taxi?
What's that in there?
Oh yes. Flap over.
Now, look. That is where to keep your hat.
Oh, Thomas, you beast. Thomas, now I can't see a thing.
Come on, Buttonface. You've already messed up my lunch date.
I've said I'm sorry, Thomas, and anyway, it wasn't my fault. Was she very cross?
I'm not in the habit of discussing my love life with schoolgirls.
Honestly, Thomas, I simply can't imagine it.
Imagine what?
Your love life. I mean, do you hold hands and tell her you love her and all that? I mean, it just seems so absolutely batty.
Yes, well, little girls always think love's batty until it happens to them. Sort of insurance in case it doesn't.
Oh, goodness, I don't care. I can't imagine being soppy about anyone, so why should anyone be soppy about me?
I can't think. Still, miracles do sometimes happen. Come to think of it, I was pretty repulsive, too, when I was young.
Was? You're no dreamboat now.
Thanks very much.
Looks as though Daddy hasn't even arrived yet. I'll miss the school train, I know I will. Every time Daddy makes an effort about me, it ends up a shambles.
Nothing that the chairman of Carr Investment Trusts tackles is ever a shambles.
What about last holes?
Off.
It was his idea to take me out dancing as a treat, and it was torture. It wasn't my fault he fell flat on his face doing the cha-cha. I told him I was always the man at school. He should have known I could only go forwards.
Well, you could hardly expect him to be the woman and go backwards.
No, but everyone thought he was drunk and he was furious. And I've had to have extra dancing to learn to be the woman. Only now I'm so mixed up I can't go backwards or forwards. And I'm sure he wouldn't come back, especially to see me, unless he had some terrible new improvement scheme lined up for me.
How's young Thomas getting on with the old firm?
Oh, he's settled down remarkably well. I never let him see it, of course, but I was bitterly disappointed when he chucked the army.
Oh, no, you were.
But now he's obviously found his feet.
I bet he arrives too late for me to catch the school train.
Then I'm sure he'll send you down in the car with Hobson.
Me drive up late in that beastly Rose with all the school watching. It's bad enough being Sir Matthew Carr's daughter without drawing attention to the fact.
You should be proud of your father, Miss Tansy.
Oh, but I am. I meant that for me to arrive at school like that would be just about as sensational as if you blew in here one morning absolutely stark naked.
Really?
Oh, gosh, Miss Yardley, I'm sorry. Of course you never would, because it'd be ghastly. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I'm sure you'd look marvelous. Oh, gosh, no. Everything I say seems to come out meaning something different.
Well, here's one report I wouldn't have the face to circulate among even the meekest bunch of shareholders.
Tansy's all right, Matthew. I loved having her stay with me. She's a very sweet child.
Well, Tansy's a darling, we know that, but if she's going to compete with some of these seductive little pieces that circulate these days, well, she'll have to get rid of that damn cricket bat. Something's got to be done, and I'm afraid I'm the one to do it.
Welcome back, Sir Matthew.
Thank you, Miss Yardley. Oh, any reaction from New York yet, from the Allinghams?
Not yet, Sir Matthew.
Oh.
Daddy, how marvelous!
Have you had a good holiday?
Oh, yes, it's been super.
Didn't miss me too much?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh.
Oh, yes, I mean, of course I did. And I loved all the postcards.
Here, Henry, you better have a look at this. It's pretty exciting.
You think the trip was worth making, then?
I do indeed. There's lots of splendid development around if you know where to look for it.
Yes, I see.
No, not that, Henry.
Quite. I'll take these away and study them. I'll see you later, Matthew. Bye-bye, Tansy. Have a good
Bye,
time.
Uncle Henry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. Was that your fault?
My fault entirely. Always was clumsy.
You'd better take a look at this.
Oh, gosh, Daddy, it's nearly 4 o'clock.
Well, what's the hurry?
Oh, it's beautiful. What is it?
It's a kimono. All the pretty little girls in Tokyo wear them.
What's this?
Oh, that's the belt thing. Goes around the back. This big bow at the back, like that. See? Try it on.
Now?
Well, just give us the effect of it, you know.
I don't think it'll go on over all
Oh,
this.
yes, it'll be all right. Give us an idea. There.
Oh, I'm afraid it won't go on at all.
Oh.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Daddy. It's my fault for growing.
Nonsense. I hadn't realized. Oh, dear. Well, as a present, that, I'm afraid, is a bit of a washout.
Oh, no, I love it. Anyway, it's the thought that counts. It's wonderful to see you, Daddy, and I simply hate going, but I'm afraid I must.
Going? Going where?
Back to school.
Oh, heavens, I haven't told you about that, have I? You're not going back to school, Tansy. I phoned that headmistress of yours from Paris last night.
Oh, Daddy, I'm sorry about the report. I know it was awful, but I do try. Honestly, I do.
Oh, no, it isn't that. I'm not pitching into you about your report. In fact, it was the headmistress I pitched into.
Oh, Daddy, you didn't.
No, it's obviously the fault of the school. After all, it isn't as if you weren't intelligent.
Me? Intelligent? But, Daddy, I'm not.
What nonsense. Your mother was. I am. How can you be anything else?
I don't know, but somehow I've managed it.
No, it's obviously the school. You're unhappy there.
Well, only in quite a happy sort of way. If I went to another school, I might be unhappy in an unhappy sort of way.
But you're not going to another school, Tansy. You're going to be finished off in Paris.
In Paris? Oh.
Hello. I hear the big brass is back at last. Look, I'd like a few moments with Sir Matthew, Miss Yardley. Alone. How's chances?
The chances are that Miss Tansy's going to miss her train. If you want to see Sir Matthew, you'll have to help me first.
A pleasure.
Well, go and talk nicely to Johnson. Tell him to have a taxi standing by.
You know, I want you to learn to enjoy life, Tansy. Graciously. And, you know, I'll be over from time to time. I'll introduce you to all the interesting people, and we'll go to places, see things, and live it up a little. Hmm? How's that?
Oh, Daddy, please. I'm not nearly ready to even start being finished yet. And this living it up and meeting people, it's not what I want to do at all. It's not me. It's just not how I want to live.
I had no idea you had a career in mind, Tansy. What is it you want to do?
Well, nothing.
Oh, simple.
I mean, it's not very easy to explain.
Oh, you can tell me, surely.
Well, you may not like the idea.
Well, don't tell me you want to climb Mount Everest or be a lion tamer or...
Oh, yes.
A lion tamer, huh?
No, but, well, you know, something to do with animals. Things like dogs. They don't care how you look or if you're clever or anything, just so long as you smell right.
Mm.
Oh, I don't mean they only like people who smell, because after all, we all smell.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, no. I don't mean what we call smell, but what they call smell. You know.
Tansy, when you drop a clanger like that, don't try and pick it up again, because you only drop half a dozen more. Now, look, after a couple of months in Paris, you won't be dropping clangers anymore. Oh, come along. I tell you what we'll do. I'll go and see Uncle Henry, find out what's happened, and then we'll go back to the flat, put on our party dresses, and go out and celebrate. Hmm? How's that?
Oh, Daddy, not dancing, please.
And I always make it quite clear the first time I go out with a boy just what sort of behavior I'm accustomed to. Not one of them's ever put a foot wrong.
Oh, it's not their feet you want to watch, Maggie.
Well, you got something there, Cock.
Charming.
Now, come along, Miss Tansy. You're going to miss your train.
Yes, I am.
Oh, no, not if you hurry, you won't.
But, Miss Yardley,
Come
I'm not
on,
going
dear.
back.
Oh, yes, you are. I've got a nice taxi waiting for you.
But, Miss Yardley, you
Come along,
don't
dear.
understand.
There's a good
I'm
girl.
not going back to school.
Well, what's all this? We trying to dodge the draft button first?
I'm not going back.
Now, look, a minute ago you were moaning about missing the train, and now you're trying to duck out of it. Don't you ever know what you want?
Yes, I know exactly what I want. I want to go back to school and stay there as long as I possibly can.
And what are we hanging about for? Come on. Come on, Bud. There's no use arguing. You're going back to school.
Those things went out with Tom Brown's school days.
My hat. Where's my hat?
In the usual place, idiot. There, now you're all set to rejoin the goons. Ooh.
Hello. Where's Miss Tansy?
As you were busy, sir, I sent her off.
Oh, couldn't she have waited for me?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize you wanted to go with her.
Oh, well, I wasn't ready anyway. Offer considered. Letter follows today, Allingham. That's more like it. I think they're going to bite, Miss Yardley.
Yes, Sir Matthew. Sir Matthew, I have Mr. Thomas outside. He wondered if you could spare him a few moments.
Well, I suppose I could, yes. Show him in.
Mr. Thomas?
Well, Thomas, your father tells me that you're settling in pretty well.
Yes, sir. Well, actually, sir, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
If it's anything to do with the rising cost of living, the answer is no.
No, sir, it's nothing to do with that. It's just that I felt that I ought to give you this personally.
Oh, what is it?
Well, sir, it's my resignation.
I don't quite understand. Your father hasn't said anything.
Well, I haven't actually told him yet, sir. Although I did warn him that I mightn't like the job, but, well, then he got into such a state that, well, I agreed to give it a trial.
Well, I'm quite aware that your present job doesn't shoulder heavy responsibilities, but we all have to start somewhere, don't we?
Oh, yes, I know, sir. Bottom of the ladder and all that. I've no objection to that, sir.
Thanks to your father and me, I would say you were starting quite a way up the ladder.
Yes, sir, and I'm very grateful, but the question I have to ask myself is, am I on the right ladder? Well, what I mean is that if after years and years of flogging oneself to the top, one then found that one was on the wrong ladder, well, one would feel a bit of a fool, wouldn't one, sir?
I suppose one would, yes. And how do you think you're going to know when you're on the right ladder?
Oh, well, that's easy, sir. Before you start, you take a look at the end product.
The end product?
The end product of the job.